everyone. Thank you very much for coming to listen to us today. And I also wanted to say thank you to Organic Valley and to the University of Wisconsin Center for Integrated Agricultural Studies for bringing me here today. Thank you. Whenever somebody asks me why I have chosen the things that I have chosen to study, or why I'm involved in sustainable agriculture and urban agriculture in Madison at the university, I always come back to this valley because I think, as a lot of you know, I'm from here, from Gays Mills, just a little bit down the river from this town, and I tell people about what it was like to be a child in Gays Mills, and I tell them about climbing old apple trees and picking wild raspberries and morel hunting and playing in pastures and throwing some cow pies. And I tell them about what a beautiful and wonderful childhood it was. And then inevitably I come to the point in the story where my family had to move to find better work in the city. And so we moved to Atlanta, and I traded this valley for a landscape that had once been a suburb, but had long since been left behind as the development continued outward into the country. And what was left behind was crumbling shopping centers, endless strings of roads with no sidewalks and no bike paths, and chains of traffic that were endless, and all of this under a dome of smog. Like literally when you fly into Atlanta, you can see this dome covering the city, and that's what we were all stuck inside there. And even though I was just a little kid, I knew that I had lost something really important, and that even though we had more money, my parents had better jobs, they were getting educations, that was good, but I was suffering. And then I saw the people around me, one by one, getting sick, and I saw them getting diabetes. My dad has diabetes, and my mom has asthma, and I saw people getting sick with cancers and with obesity and anorexia and depression. It seems like everyone I knew there was on Prozac. It's just like a vitamin supplement. You know, it's something that people take every day. It's just part of life. And then I started to feel sick too, and I knew that it was happening to me, and I was panic stricken, and I was confused. You know, I was by this time just a teenager, and I was very anorexic, and I was really struggling with what was happening to me, and I would try sometimes to escape, because I had the sense that if I could just get out into nature, that it would heal me, that would take care of me. And so I have a vivid memory of trying to get out of the city and, you know, just jumping in my car and saying, I'm gonna go camping or something, I just need to get out of here. And then I got stuck in traffic. And I know it sounds funny, it wasn't funny at the time. But I was sitting there in this gridlock, and I couldn't go anywhere, front or back or side to side, and I could look down the road at all of these other people who were like me on this big interstate that was going into the city, and I felt like we were all just like coagulated blood in the veins of this horrible post-industrial beast that was the city, and it was there consuming all of us and consuming more of the countryside. And that's, I guess, when I realized that there was something wrong with the way we're thinking about things, and I realized that I personally needed to lose that conceptual dichotomy that I had in my mind between human landscapes and natural landscapes, or between humans and nature, that there was really no reason that we couldn't think of ourselves as natural too. And I realized that we needed to start thinking about the places that we build and the landscapes that we're creating as natural human landscapes, and that we needed to do everything that we could to work within that system. And so I guess I begin with that story because I want you to know who I am. And I also begin with that because to me that's what organic is, and that's what I see happening in this valley. That's what I see the farmers here trying to do, and the community members who are not farming but who are supporting this natural system in any way that they can. And I think of that as why we're all here today to celebrate the Kickapoo Country Fair. And so I also begin with that story because I want to remind everyone that it's more than just agriculture, and it's more than just food, and it's the way we live. Organic is more than just what the USDA defines it as. Organic is an organic lifestyle. Organic to me is dirt under your fingernails and recipes made with tomatoes from your own garden using your grandmother's recipe. And organic to me is clean rivers, and it's a place to be in nature in the city too. And so I want to also speak a little bit about urban agriculture, because I believe that we also need to lose that conceptual dichotomy between urban and rural. We need to create natural spaces within the city and to take care of those people too. At the same time, we need to be thinking about what problems we have in rural areas that a more urban ideology can create, that can help solve. And so the story goes on. I did manage to escape Atlanta, thank you, and I came running back to Wisconsin as fast as I could. And now I'm at the University of Wisconsin. I am a graduate student in the Nelson Institute for Environmental Studies, and there I have the opportunity to study these things on several different levels in several different departments. And I have the privilege of being able to think of these things from a scientist's point of view, as well as from a poet's point of view, as well as from a social organizer's point of view. And I am able to learn all of these things at the university, and it's really a wonderful thing. And since I've been there, 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, started the Slow Food UW chapter, and I'm gonna say hi to all the slow food people who are here. We managed to bring a whole army of troops here to volunteer at the fair, so thank them all for coming. We've also managed to do some great things at the university, and not just us. We're new here, but the foundation has been set a long time ago. So the Center for Integrated Agricultural Studies is celebrating its 20th birthday now, and without the groundwork that they've laid, we wouldn't have been able to do anything that we've done.